Hey, nerdy sports fan here, and we're doing record predictions, going through the schedule for every single team. We're in the AFC West now, and we're getting into the Chiefs. The Super Bowl champion, Kansas City Chiefs. That's got to feel good, you smug jerks. All right, so anyways, miraculously, the Chiefs are having a pretty good offseason, even though they only had enough salary cap space to buy, like, I don't know, half of the burgers Andy Reid would normally eat in a day. So, whatever the heck they've been able to perform as far as witchcraft in that front office, keep doing it, all right? They just be able to lock Sammy Watkins up and get some things going for Mahomes and Chris Jones without losing really any real roster. Just, it's pretty damn good. So, again, whatever witchcraft is going on in that front office, keep doing it. But hey, you're starting the season off with the Texans. You're getting them at home. So that's a win. Because Bill O'Brien has been trading away all of the best talent on his team, trading away all of his first-round draft picks for relatively mediocre talent from other teams. It's absolutely bonkers what the hell that guy is doing to that squad. It's the Belichick model. It really is, but poorly executed Belichick model. He's just relying on the fact that he's got a dynamic, fantastic quarterback in Deshaun Watson, and not necessarily valuing the wide receiver position really well, at getting rid of veterans before they get too old, but that's not really what they're doing. They're not paying quality players. There's a lot of dumb going on in the front office there. And Deshaun Watson by himself cannot handle the Chiefs, especially in Arrowhead. It ain't going to happen. All right, so then you go to Los Angeles, I guess, and face the Chargers. Well, there's going to be more Chiefs fans there than Chargers fans. So that's an extra home game, and that's a W. The Chargers, when you have questions at quarterback, you don't have a bona fide starter in Tyrod Taylor. Obviously, he's on, team number 2 that doesn't necessarily have a huge amount of faith in him. And that was proven by the fact that they drafted their actual quarterback. They don't necessarily want to start him right away. That's why they're keeping Tyrod out there. But who knows? They might start Justin Herbert, depending on how the preseason goes. Whenever you think the man that you've got waiting in the wings is ready, push him out there. So at least at the beginning, there's going to be a lot of questions. By the time their bye week rolls around, like week 12 area for the Chargers, it's definitely going to be Herbert. But at this point, it's going to be in that questioning stage. So then week 3 at the Ravens, that's a toss-up. Any other team going into Baltimore, they're getting thumped. But you're the Chiefs, all right? You beat them last year. Just nobody's got answers for Lamar Jackson. Okay, nobody. And they continue to build that offense very intricately to maximize what Lamar Jackson does well. The Dobbins pick for them was really fantastic. So that offense is going to be even more difficult to deal with. And they just loaded up that defense because they don't want to get thunder punched by Derrick Henry again. So, yeah, Baltimore's even better than they were last year. The Chiefs, though, you can't sneeze at it. Super Bowl champs for a reason. So, you can go in there and win for certain. You can also get lumped up. So, toss up. All right, Patriots, that's a win. You're getting them at home. Andy Reid has gone his whole career up against Belichick multiple times, and Belichick's always had the GOAT. Well, now Andy Reid's got the man, all right? Belichick's got nobody, and Andy Reid's got Pat Mahomes. He's just going to be rubbing Belichick's nose in it the whole damn game. You're going to throw up a 50 burger on these guys out of spite, okay? So, Raiders. That's a win. All right, you get them at home. The Raiders are definitely getting better. For certain. Still don't necessarily think that Derek Carr is going to be the man there long term under Gruden. This might be his last rodeo, but the Raiders were solid last year. And they're going to be better this year. They're building that team the right way. And they're, year 3 in that offense now? They're going to have some things figured out. But you get them at home, and they're just not there yet. They do not have the quality roster that the Chiefs do. And Derek Carr sure as shit ain't Mahomes. So this is a W. At the Bills. This is a toss-up. So you're on the road. And this is going to be a primetime game. I want to say it's a Thursday night game. The Bills fans are going to be going absolutely freaking bonkers to be hosting the Super Bowl champions in the only game on. I think the Bills are going to be very, very, very up for this game. But again, you still got Mahomes, and you're still the damn Super Bowl champions. The Bills are at that stage where they got to prove what they are. The Chiefs aren't. So in spite of all the factors going against the Chiefs, the road game, the kind of team the Bills are, being defense first, and that usually playing out very well on Thursday night games, this doesn't add up really well for most teams, but simply by the Mahomes factor, it's at the absolute worst going to be a toss-up. So, at the Broncos, you're beating the hell out of them. The Broncos are not at a level where they can even think of competing with the Chiefs, even in their own stadium. I don't care what kind of shenanigans you think happened well for them in the game in Mile High with the Chiefs last season. Mahomes got hurt, okay? And the backup came in and still brought home a W. So, yeah, the Chiefs are winning that game. All right. Jets, you're getting them at home. That's a win. The Jets are a damn chump team. The only thing that could be going for them is this being considered any sort of trap game, but it's not surrounded by anything really worthwhile on the schedule either. So you're not looking ahead to the damn Panthers, okay? Which, by the way, that's a win too. The Panthers have far too many moving parts this offseason. This offseason needed to start up right away so that team could get some sort of cohesion going by week 1. Well, obviously that's not happening, all right? We're all still locked in our homes. So, yeah, I just think that the Chiefs have far too many advantages to even think about the Panthers scoring points, let alone winning. So, then you get the bye week. So, it's a little earlier than you want it when you consider that you're definitely going to be a deep-run playoff team. You want to push that rest week off as late as possible because it's going to be bumps and bruises. But week 10's not bad. Okay, it could have been week 6. So, take it. All right. At the Raiders out of the bye, this is a toss-up. Mostly because you're on the road, but also Andy Reid doesn't necessarily do the greatest out of the bye week. A lot of coaches have stellar records after the bye week. I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see this just being a dominating performance. The Raiders, like I said, are getting far better. And being at home, I think they're going to be very up for this game and enough to put competition, to put the victory in doubt. So, at Tampa Bay, toss up. All right, at this point in the season, by week 12, Brady will have every single thing figured out with his receiving core, which is the one thing he was really missing in New England. Now, mind you, the defense backing him up is crap compared to what he left in New England, for certain. But there's enough benefits on that roster, and you're on the road, to think that Brady has enough in the tank to at least make it a competitive game against the Chiefs. So, Broncos, you're getting them at home, you're going to beat the hell out of them at home. Just, if they can't handle your stuff in their own stadium, they sure as shit ain't going to handle it in yours. All right. At the Dolphins, that's a win. The Dolphins are getting better. The building, come on. Seriously. They're nowhere near the level that the Chiefs are. That only has a chance of being a loss as a trap game. I'm going to call it a win because even in a trap situation, I think the Chiefs are talented enough to slap something together and pull out a victory from the jaws of defeat in the fourth quarter because the Dolphins just do not have the talent. But yeah, it's a potential trap because the next week, week 15, you're on the road to the Saints. And we're looking at game of the year possibility here. Late in the season, week 15, both teams are going to have serious playoff implications. You have two of the, if not the two, best rosters in the league. Best quarterbacks in the league. There's so many fantastic things. Dynamic offensive play calling minds on both sides. This is going to be spectacular to watch. And might be better than any of the playoff games we see this year. Unless, of course, they end up meeting in the Super Bowl. That'd be fun. All right, so week 16, you get the Falcons at home. That's a W. The Falcons are absolute hot garbage this year, okay? I cannot say it enough. There's 2 years in a row the Falcons should have fired their coach and didn't. And this team in Atlanta is only getting worse the further they get away from Kyle Shanahan being their offensive coordinator. And you wrap the season up with the Chargers at home, which is an obvious win. There's so much going on in the AFC right now. You got Baltimore that's real. The Bills are for real. The Titans are for real. The top end of the AFC is strong enough to think that at the end of the season, you're actually going to have to make sure you secure the win for playoff seeding. Now, that is why I'm calling this a guaranteed win. Not to mention the fact that Justin Herbert's likely starting by then, and there's no way a rookie is going to come into Kansas City and compete with Mahomes. It's not going to happen. All right, so out of the games that I think are definite lock, you're 11-0. I'm calling at the beginning of the season 11 for sure wins, and the worst possible scenario on the rest of the games is a toss-up. That's nuts. Chiefs have a very easy schedule that'll just line them right up for another Super Bowl run. So if you split the remaining games, leaning towards the loss side, just to make it look reasonable, my prediction for the Chiefs season is 13-3. Yeah, this is going to be a very good year, Chiefs fans. You might back up this Super Bowl win with another one. Like I've said in the past, Andy Reid is still, at this point in his career, very strong as a head coach and has a number of years left as a head coach. Now he's got Mahomes, who is the best player in the league right now, at the most important position in the league. They have a real chance, a serious chance, to rattle off 3 to 5 Super Bowl wins together. It's going to be a fun time in Kansas City these next few years. Enjoy it while it lasts. Now, as usual, like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Check out the other videos I have. I've made one of these for a couple of divisions now, and we are continuing to go through every single team in the league. And don't forget, I've got a Patreon coming out for fantasy football content coming out this season. If you need help setting your draft order, setting your lineup week to week, I'm your guy. Thanks for watching, guys.